safest hands are still our own.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
The film Civil War has become one of the most discussed and thought-provoking cinematic projects in recent years, not because it's a typical war movie, but because of the way it holds up a mirror to modern society and challenges viewers to question the very concept of unity and division. From the moment early glimpses of the movie appeared, audiences knew this wasn't just going to be about soldiers and battles. It was about people, ideology, and the fragile balance that holds a nation together. Civil War captures the chaos of a country torn apart from within, using the language of cinema to explore what happens when truth, loyalty, and identity all collapse under the pressure of political and social conflict. At its core, the movie presents a dystopian vision of a near-future America facing an internal breakdown. Rather than focusing on a distant, foreign conflict, it turns the lens inward, showing the devastation of war within familiar landscapes, empty cities, divided communities, and civilians trapped in the crossfire. What makes the film so powerful is its realism. It doesn't exaggerate or romanticize. Every scene feels disturbingly possible, grounded in the emotions and tensions that already exist in our world today. The filmmakers have gone for a haunting authenticity, creating visuals that are raw, human, and deeply unsettling. The film's story follows a group of journalists, traveling across the war-torn regions to capture the truth behind the unfolding conflict. Through their journey, viewers experience the horror, confusion, and moral complexity of modern warfare. The journalist's perspective gives the film its emotional weight, allowing the audience to witness not only the destruction around them, but also the psychological toll of documenting it. Their mission is not just about survival, it's about understanding what's real in a world where propaganda, manipulation, and fear have become weapons as deadly as guns. One of the most striking aspects of Civil War is its refusal to take sides. The film doesn't paint clear heroes or villains, instead presenting every faction and individual as driven by their own truth, their own pain, and their own vision of what justice means. This balanced storytelling gives the film its moral complexity, forcing viewers to confront uncomfortable questions about patriotism, morality, and humanity. It's not about who's right or wrong, it's about what happens when a society stops listening to itself. Visually, the film achieves a perfect balance between intimate human storytelling and large-scale destruction. The cinematography captures the ruined beauty of once bustling cities now reduced to silent wastelands. Smoke, ash, and flickering fires fill the screen as the characters move through abandoned highways, collapsed buildings, and desolate fields. Every frame tells a story of what used to be and what was lost when division became stronger than unity. The muted color palette and realistic camera movements make the audience feel like witnesses rather than spectators immersed in a world that's heartbreakingly believable. The film's pacing is masterfully designed to build tension without relying on constant action. There are moments of silence that speak louder than explosions as characters face moral choices that question their humanity. The film alternates between adrenaline-fueled chases and quiet, reflective sequences that explore the human cost of conflict. It's in those still moments when the noise of war fades that the movie hits hardest, showing how even in the middle of chaos, empathy and conscience still fight to survive. The performances across the cast are exceptional. Each actor brings emotional depth and realism to their role, portraying characters who are flawed, brave, and deeply human. The journalists are not portrayed as heroes, but as people trying to make sense of the madness around them, driven by the hope that their work can somehow make a difference. Their interactions reveal the contrast between idealism and survival, between truth and safety. Through their eyes, we see the line between documenting history and becoming part of it slowly disappear. The film's dialogue is sharp, reflective, and at times chillingly prophetic. It captures the kind of everyday conversations that suddenly gain terrifying weight in a world on the edge of collapse. Characters question the meaning of freedom, justice, and loyalty, while others struggle simply to stay alive. Every word feels intentional, layered with meaning, showing how communication itself becomes a casualty in a divided world. The action sequences, though few, are executed with brutal realism. There are no exaggerated heroics or stylized slow-motion shots, just pure chaos, confusion, and fear. Gunfire echoes through empty streets, drones buzz above ruined neighborhoods, and armored vehicles crush through remnants of civilization. These scenes aren't designed to thrill. They're meant to unsettle, to show the raw truth of modern combat. The sound design plays a crucial role here, immersing viewers in the tension of war, every explosion, every scream, every moment of silence carrying emotional weight. Another powerful element of civil war is how it portrays the collapse of trust. The film shows how institutions, communities, and even personal relationships crumble when ideology becomes more important than humanity. Characters who once believed in truth begin to doubt everything, even themselves. The movie captures this loss of faith with quiet devastation, reminding audiences that the greatest casualty of any war is not just life, but belief, the belief in each other. Injustice and unity. As the story progresses, the journey of the main characters becomes symbolic. They travel through a fractured nation that reflects the fractured state of the human soul. Each stop along their path reveals another piece of the country's broken identity: small towns governed by militias, cities under siege, civilians who have stopped choosing sides because survival itself has become the only goal. The filmmakers use this journey not only as a physical one but as an emotional and moral odyssey, pulling the audience deeper into a world that feels both fictional and frighteningly real. The emotional core of Civil War lies in its exploration of truth. The journalist's cameras become a metaphor for perspective, what you choose to see, what you choose to show, and what you choose to hide. The movie subtly raises questions about media responsibility and how information can be both a weapon and a lifeline. It's a reflection of our times, where reality can be distorted, and truth can become just another battlefield. The film also touches on the generational divide within conflict. Young characters born into chaos see war as a normal part of life, while older ones carry the pain of remembering peace. This generational contrast deepens the emotional impact, reminding viewers how war doesn't just destroy nations, it rewrites the lives of everyone who lives through it. It's a haunting portrayal of innocence lost in ideals, corrupted by survival. The score of the movie plays an understated yet powerful role in shaping the mood. Rather than relying on grand orchestral sounds, the music uses subtle tones, atmospheric echoes, and emotional silence to build intensity. The soundtrack becomes a heartbeat that mirrors the film's rhythm: quiet, anxious, and unrelenting. Each note amplifies the tension and emotion, turning even the simplest scenes into moments of profound meaning. As the film reaches its climax, the tone grows increasingly personal. The journalists find themselves at the heart of the conflict they've been documenting, forced to confront their own beliefs and fears. Their mission transforms from professional duty to moral reckoning. The choices they make in those final moments determine not just their fate, but also the message of the story itself, that truth and humanity are the last things worth fighting for when everything else collapses. The closing moments of Civil War are haunting and unforgettable. Instead of a traditional resolution, the film leaves audiences with questions about the cost of division, the fragility of peace, and the responsibility of those who bear witness to history. It doesn't offer easy answers or false hope. Instead, it challenges the audience to reflect, to think, and to see how easily any society can fall apart when empathy disappears. What makes Civil War stand out among modern films is its courage to be brutally honest. It's not a spectacle meant to entertain, it's a warning wrapped in cinema, a mirror held up to a world teetering on the edge of self-destruction. Every choice in the film, from its storytelling to its performances, feels purposeful, as if the filmmakers wanted viewers to walk away not with satisfaction, but with unease and reflection. The film's legacy lies in its ability to blur the line between fiction and reality. Long after the credits roll, it leaves a lingering feeling of discomfort, urging viewers to think about their own role in the world around them. It's a reminder that civil wars don't just begin with weapons, they begin with words. Divisions and the slow erosion of understanding. In the end, Civil War is more than just a movie, it's a statement, a reflection, and a warning. It takes the chaos of conflict and translates it into emotion, showing not just what people do in war, but what war does to people. It's a cinematic experience that challenges, disturbs, and moves you at the same time. A film that asks its audience to look beyond the screen and see the world with new eyes, to understand that the true battle is not out there, but within us all.